Hi there, good afternoon. You're watching Market Fatafat on ET Now. I am Snehi Shah and this is a show where we'll be taking you through all the big buzzers in today's trading session. A quick pacey show and tell you which stocks are buzzing, why they are in focus, either on the back of their quarter four earnings, individual news flows, or on the technicals, and we'll be bringing on our technical expert on board in a short while from now. But before we do that, let's take a quick glance at what the markets are up to right now. And 23,979 still up the 24,000 mark is where we are at the Nifty, a 1.2% cut, and we continue to be at the day's lowest point. Similarly for Sensex as well, a 1.2% cut, and now we're sub the 80,000 mark. In fact, we're also sub the 79,500 mark for now on the Sensex. India Wix continues to climb, a 4.2% uptick over there at 21.9. So we're very close to the 22 mark on the India Wix. Nifty Bank taking a slightly further fall than the Nifty and Sensex, a 1.5% cut coming in on Nifty Bank as well. Advanced decline continues to be very sticky in the favor of the declines today. It's Titan. That's the stock of the day. Very good quarter four numbers coming in. It's the top Nifty gainer in today's trade, 3.5% uptick. Similar moves for L&T on the back of good numbers. Tata Motors once again continues to surge, 3.5% uptick over there. BEL, Hero Motor, SBI looking good on the Nifty gainers. On the flip side, what's keeping some pressure on the Nifty today? ICICI Bank, Power Grid, Shriram Finance, Grasim, Ultratech, Apollo, Adani Ports, Trent, all trading with cuts of more than 2%. On a sectoral front, it's the PSU index that is the only index that is in the green. It's the day of the PSU banks because slowly and steadily that index has been scaling up. It's tilted from the red to the green, and now 1% uptick coming in from the PSU bank, almost at the day's highest point. Good moves coming in from names like Union Bank, up 5% on the back of good numbers. Canara, Bank of India, SBI, all of these stocks are doing pretty well. But other than that, all the other sectors are in the red, and the biggest decline is led by the realty pack today, a 3% cut coming in, but slight recovery coming in from the day's lowest point for Nifty Realty as well. Followed by that, you have energy, pharma, FMCG, media, IT, metal and auto being the least losing sector in today's trading session, and of course PSU banks is the biggest gainer on the sectoral front. So that's what the market breadth is looking like right now, and a bunch of defense stocks also in focus, doing very well today. HAL, BEL, BHEL, your shipbuilding stocks, Mazagon Docks, Cochin Shipyard, GRSE, all of these stocks are in focus today. In fact, market darling BEL is also up 2.6%. Cochin Shipyard also looking up and healthy in today's trade. Of course, this is due to the unfortunate proceedings and the developments that are happening on the border, but the defense pack is in focus on the back of that. But let's move on and let's welcome Vikas Jain, Head of Research at Reliance Securities, on board on the technicals. And from our in-house research team, we have Brabinder, who's joining us. Vikas, let's talk about L&T. That's a stock that you've picked out for us. Before you talk about L&T, I want to talk about L&T's numbers. A very good set of numbers coming in from L&T. Just a quick glance through what the numbers look like, and it's been a very good quarter for this stock, and order book looking good. The wins that they've had in the quarter gone by, in fact the order book that they've had and the wins they've had, highest in the year gone by. So looking very, very good for L&T as well. Revenue is up 11%, PAT up 14.2%, EBITDA has seen an uptick of 13.5%, EBITDA margins also at 11 compared to 10.8%, a slight uptick on that front. But because while that's on the fundamentals, talk to us about the technicals of L&T. How is the stock placed on the charts, and given the run-up we've seen today, do you believe that it's a time to book profits, or do you believe that this run-up is here to stay?
The run-up is here to stay because if you look at the structure, remains fairly positive. With strong set of numbers remaining through improvement in margins and improvement in order book, the above effect has been pretty sharp. With the weaker markets, the stock is sustaining and breaking out of the higher range. So it has broken out from its vertical average, and we believe the stock is poised for a longer term view. It was a 200-day average. Breakout is also being believed. No doubt there could be some amount of minor resistance near to 3550, 3600 levels, which is the previous recent high of February month 2025. But once that is being crossed, we could expect further up move near to 3800 levels. So this stock would see strong amount of buying, and we remain positive.
Okay, that's the take coming in on L&T on the charts. Let's talk about another stock that's in fact keeping the entire Nifty PSU banking space a buzz in today's trade. Lending some serious support there is Union Bank. It was a mixed set of numbers but largely favorable in the minds of investors, because look at the run-up on the stock, almost a 5% uptick. It slipped slightly from the day's highest point. Nonetheless, Union Bank looking up. Its net profit is up 51%. Asset quality has also improved. Net profit has come in at 4,985 crores, which is up 51%. Net interest income is up 0.8% on a year-on-year basis. What's also looking good is the provisions is down 4% to 1,543 crores on a sequential basis. GNPA and NNPA, the asset quality has improved as well. GNPA at 3.6 compared to 3.85 on a sequential basis, and NNPA at 0.63 compared to 0.82 on a sequential basis. Now, from the press conference today, here's what the MD and CEO had to say. They say that capital adequacy remains one of the best in the industry at 18%. GNPA was better than guidance. NIM also exceeded expectations this quarter, and no guidance on NIM due to downward pressure from potential rate cuts is what they've said. So that's slightly cautious. And highest ever net profit in FY25 is also what they have recorded, which doubled on a year-on-year basis. So Union Bank, very healthy moves coming in, stock up 5% as we speak. But Rabinder, coming to you, Bharat Forge is a stock that you've picked out for another earnings candidate. Take us to the quarter 4 fine print.
Well, as Bharat Forge is in focus, our company has yesterday announced its Q4 number during market hours, and company reported revenue at rupees 2,163 crore, which was down over 7% on an annual basis. But company's EBITDA margin was reported EBITDA margin at 28.5%, which was up by 20 basis points on yearly basis. And during the quarter, the company secured new order worth rupees 4,343 crore, and management said that the company will focus on improving the consolidated profitability driven by following internal actions, reducing losses in e-mobility and verticals, and evaluating options for the steel business in Europe. And company said that the improving operational performance in the aluminum business leading to a meaningful reduction in the losses. And Kotak Security have maintained the sell rating with target price of rupees 900, where they expect the defense business to drive growth for the company in the coming year. So overall, an inline set of number of the Bharat Forge in Q4, and stock is up by 5%.
4.7% uptick on Bharat Forge. Let's move on, and in fact we'll rather stay with Bharat Forge because you've also picked out Bharat Forge on the technicals. Tell us what's the outlook, because despite the run up that we've seen in the last couple of days or even today, the stock is still lower by 10% on a YTD basis. So tell us what are the next key levels you're watching.
If you look at the stock, yesterday saw some amount of consolidation post results, but with the recovery's fast pace near to those 1080, 1090 levels holding its support area and now retracing higher, we believe this stock is poised for a breakout. We expect this stock to retest to its 200-day average near to 1320, 1330 levels, because double bottom structure, higher top formation structure indicates that the stock is poised for a stronger move. And with the defense orders and the overall sentiment being positive for the defense sector, Bharat Forge is in a sweet spot on the private space. So Bharat Forge has a potential target to test 1320 levels over the next few weeks.
Okay, so that's the outlook on Bharat Forge. Rabinder, coming to you, Dilip, Buildcon is the stock that you've picked out for us, another earnings candidate. What did quarter 4 look like for the company?
Well, as Dilip, Buildcon, another earning candidate where its focus, where company reports its Q4 number, and company reported revenue at rupees 3,096 crore, which was down by 8% on a yearly basis. And company's net profit was company reported a net profit at rupees 277 crore as compared to 3 crore on a yearly basis. And company's EBITDA margin was up by more than 500 basis points from 15.9% to 21.3%. And if we talk about EBITDA, then company reported EBITDA at rupees 660 crore, which was up by 24% on a yearly basis. And the company's total order book stand at 14,923 crore.
Okay, so that's with Buildcon, 2% uptick coming in on that stock today. Because coming to you, stock of the last, in fact the stock of the week you can call this, that's Tata Motors. Fundamentally, lots of triggers coming in, be it the FTA, be it the trade deals coming in, be it the exports beginning once again of JLR to the US, lots of, and of course their demerger of the CVPV business. Lots of triggers for Tata Motors on the fundamentals were on the charts. How is this stock placed? We've seen consecutive gains coming in. What's the outlook going ahead?
So the sell-off which was been continuing through from the highs of around 1100, 1120, it got arrested somewhere around 550, 560. made a double bottom structure, and then now the stock is in a completely reversal phase. We believe the momentum would continue, and with the speed of positive news flow what you suggested, the stock is poised for a stronger uptick. No doubt the news flow continues to remain positive, and the demerger could also be pretty positive, because if you look at the demerger was announced somewhere near to when the price was 700. Post that the stock had a continuous decline near to 550. So the stock is poised to cross its 100-day average, and we believe the stock would see strong amount of uptick. Maybe 820, 830 could be on the cards for the next few months.
Okay, so that's the take coming in on Tata Motors, but Vikas, also take us through Avenue Supermarts. DMart is something that you've picked out on the charts. You know, last week when we had the numbers, weak set of numbers, very disappointing set, and the stock also reacted on that basis. What's the outlook when you talk about Avenue Supermarts? Because while fundamentally it seems like it's going to have a couple of weak quarters going ahead, how is the stock poised on the charts, and what are the levels you're watching out for?
The stock had a healthy run up from the lows of 35-3600 levels. It made a recent high of around 45-4600. So 50% retracement of the recent pullback of 1100-1200 rupees comes near to 3950-4000 levels. Plus 3950-3900 is a strong support area on the weekly charts. So we believe that gives a good opportunity to own this name, because it has multiple support area, and since the stock has been added into the F&O basket, volatility has pretty improved on the positive side. Whenever we see any positive news flow, the stock gets pretty positive. So near to the support area after a 10-12% correction from the recent high of 4600 for this well. So we remain positive on the stock with the immediate target of 4550 to 4600 over the next few weeks.
Okay, so that's the take on Avenue Supermarts on the charts. Let's move on, and Rabinder, coming to you. Pilite is a stock also in focus on the back of its earnings. Tell us what the report card looks like.
Company reported its Q4 number, and company reported revenue at rupees 3,141 crore, which was down by approx 7% on a sequential basis, and company's net profit was at 422 crore, which was down by 23.5% on a quarter-on-quarter basis. And if we talk about EBITDA margin, then EBITDA margin was also down by more than 300 basis points on quarter-on-quarter basis at 20.1% as compared to 23.7%, and overall volume growth stood at 9.8% on a annually basis. Company's B2B segment maintained its strong momentum with 16.5% growth on a yearly basis, and company remained cautiously optimistic about the demand environment. So overall, a mixed set of number of Pilite industry, and stock is up 0.5%.
Okay, so that's the quarter four earnings fine print of Pilite. Let's move on from that. And because coming to you, NTPC is the chart that you've picked out for us. Tell us what the stock looks like on the charts. Today it's down 2%, 6 months also down 15%, YTD absolutely flat. Last 1 year also the stock has not done anything. After such a subdued performance, muted performance over the last 1 year, do you believe that now there is momentum for the stock to start building up on those now on a weaker base, or do you believe that this subdued momentum is here to stay for a little bit longer?
The moment of reversal can be expected into the stock, because if you look at drawdown the larger picture, it was one of the best stocks to performer in calendar year 2024. Since the highs of around 450 levels, the stock had declined near to 310, 320, holding its 100 weeks average. And after a strong move from 300 to 365, 370 odd levels, the stock has again witnessed. So the average levels has moved higher near to 325, 330 odd levels. So now it's again near to the band of averages from where it has witnessed rebound over in the past. So we believe some amount of reversal could be expected, and with the strong heat coming in through across the country over the next 1.5 months, the power stock should be in positive momentum. So it could be expected that stock to reverse and retest 365 levels.
Okay, so that's the take on NTPC, and next key levels to watch out for. Let's shift focus and talk about a stock that's holding up pretty well in today's trade, and that's Britannia. Ex-Nifty 50 company, no longer a part of that group, but nonetheless, numbers came out late last evening, and here's what the earnings fine print looks like. It's been a good set of numbers, but I believe Britannia has given into the market pressure. It was up 1% at open, but has fizzled out all of those gains. Nonetheless, a 0.3% uptick coming in on this stock. On the on the consolidated basis for quarter 4, it's been an inline set of revenue numbers, but PAT, EBITDA and margin have beat street expectations. The revenue has come in at 4,432 crores, which is up almost 9% year on year. Net profit has come in at 560 crores, an uptick of 4%. EBITDA has seen a growth of 2.3%, and EBITDA margins, like we were expecting, slightly subdued but not all that bad at 18.2% compared to 19.4%. Remember, we were expecting this number to be in the 17s category, in the 17s range. So 18.2 is a very healthy number on the margin front, even though it is lower on a year-on-year basis. They've seen high single-digit value growth of 9% as well. The company's con call is going to be held on Monday, so we'll have more details and a better understanding on how the volume performance has been. But the value growth has been 9% on a year-on-year basis, so looking good for Britannia. Stock absolutely flat right now with a slight positive bias. But Vikas, coming to you for Dalmia Bharat, give us a sense of what you are spotting on the charts for this one, and what would the next key price targets would be to watch out for.
Look at Dalmia Bharat has been not a great outperformer in the oil space. But post results, the stock witnessed strong amount of rebound and made a high near to 2030-2040 levels. Now it's again back near to its 20-day average, which is fairly poised. So we believe the cement space would continue to do well in the current momentum. And in terms of the longer term structure, the stock has relatively outperformed compared to the old. So we believe Dalmia Bharat could move high near to those 2050-2100 levels. And if that is being crossed, the stock can head further near to 2300. So we remain positive with a medium term perspective.
Okay, so positive outlook coming in on Dalmia Bharat. Rabinder, coming to you, Brigade Enterprise is a stock that's in focus, not on the back of its earnings. So tell us what the news for your is.
Whereas Brigade Enterprise, Brigade Group, one of the India's leading real estate developers, has acquired 11 acres land parcel opposite in Whitefield, Bangalore, and this move underscores the company's continued focus on strengthening its commercial real estate presence in one of the city's most dynamic business and technology corridor. The land will be developed in the premium commercial project with a gross leasable area of approximately 1.5 million square feet and with a GDV of rupees over 2,000 crore. And if we look at the chart of the Brigade Enterprise, then the stock was down 2% in first half of the session, but now stock trade in green recovers 3% of day's low.
Okay, so that's the take on Brigade Enterprises. Let's move on and talk about the next stock, because SBI Life is a stock that you've picked out for us. Now SBI Card, these are stocks that we talk about on this show. SBI Life is a stock that we don't talk about much on this show. Tell us what is making this stock attractive to you, and what are the next levels you're watching on the charts.
If some amount of retracement could be rolled out in these levels, because if you look at the stock opened with a sharp gap up after post results, and then it has been consolidating, made a high of around 1800 levels. So the gap up area which is near to 1620, 1630 could be filled. So we expect some amount of retracement and profit booking. The stock is down by 2.5% in today's trade. We expect the negative bias to continue near to and test the 1620, 1610 levels, which would be a good support area. So 3.5% not could be expected in over the next few weeks.
Okay, so those are the levels and the expectation, the outlook going ahead for SBI Life. Let's move on from that and talk about Titan, the stock of the day, if you could call